What if I told you some of Africa's most powerful infrastructure isn't owned by governments, but by private individuals operating in complete silence? Private airports, private power. These are not just airports, they are gateways to billion-dollar industries. Mining, oil, logistics, and power. They are also the backbone of supply chains that stretch across borders and continents, quietly enabling trade that most people never see. In some regions, a single private runway controls access to resources worth hundreds of millions of dollars. In others, it determines whether entire communities can receive medical supplies, food aid, or technical expertise during emergencies. So who owns these airports, and why are they staying out of the spotlight? In this documentary, you'll discover the hidden owners behind Africa's private airports, how they generate massive revenue, why investors are quietly watching this sector, and the untapped opportunity most people are ignoring. We'll also explore how these facilities are shaping Africa's economic future without appearing on any public map. This is Africa Global Opportunities TV, where we uncover Africa's hidden wealth, power, and investment intelligence. A private airport is not built for passengers. It's built for control. Control over logistics, control over time, and most importantly, control over access. In remote and underdeveloped regions, access is the most valuable commodity of all. Control equals money. Unlike public airports, these facilities are often owned by mining corporations, oil and gas operators, ultra-high net worth individuals, and logistics giants. They are also increasingly being built by agricultural exporters, humanitarian organizations, and sovereign wealth funds seeking direct and secure routes into resource-rich zones. And in Africa, where infrastructure gaps exist, private airports become strategic weapons. They bypass poor road networks, avoid bureaucratic delays, and reduce the risk of cargo loss or interference. In remote regions, a private runway can determine whether a $500 million project succeeds or fails. It can cut travel time from days to hours, protect high-value equipment from damage, and ensure that skilled personnel arrive on site when needed. The owners of Africa's private airports are not always public figures. Many operate behind layers of companies, partnerships, and strategic silence. Some use shell corporations registered in multiple jurisdictions to maintain privacy and protect assets. Others rely on long-term leases and private agreements that never make it into public records. Let's break down the four main categories of owners. Number 1, resource giants. Mining companies build private airstrips deep in remote regions where roads don't exist. These airstrips move executives, engineers, and high-value equipment. Every single landing is tied to millions in output. Beyond that, these airstrips also support geological surveys, security patrols, and rapid evacuation in case of safety incidents. Number 2, oil and energy players. In oil-rich zones, time is money. Private airports and helipads ensure operations never stop, 24 hours a day. They allow for crew changes on offshore rigs, urgent delivery of spare parts, and continuous monitoring of pipelines that span hundreds of kilometers. Number 3, private billionaires. Some individuals build private airports for security, for speed, and for political insulation. In certain cases, private airports function almost like independent territories. They provide a controlled environment for business meetings, diplomatic engagements, and asset protection away from public scrutiny. Number 4, logistics and aviation companies. These players see what others don't. Africa's logistics future is still being built, and they're laying the runways first. They are positioning themselves ahead of the continent's growing demand for air freight, cold chain transport for pharmaceuticals, and express cargo delivery for e-commerce. These airports are not vanity projects. They are cash flow machines. They operate like self-contained business ecosystems, often including fuel storage, maintenance hangars, customs clearance, and secure warehousing. So how do they make money? Let's look at the four main revenue streams. First, landing and handling fees. Every aircraft that touches down pays. Fees can vary based on aircraft size, weight, and duration of stay, with premium charges for night landings or urgent turnaround. Second, fuel sales. Aviation fuel margins can be massive, especially in remote locations where supply is limited. Operators often import fuel in bulk and sell it at a significant markup to private jets, cargo planes, and helicopter operators. Third, cargo logistics. Moving high-value goods like gold, diamonds, or sensitive equipment. That means high margins. These airports also handle perishable goods such as flowers, pharmaceuticals, and fresh produce, which require fast and temperature-controlled transport. And fourth, leasing and partnerships. Companies pay huge premiums for guaranteed access to a private runway. Some sign multi-year contracts to secure exclusive use during peak seasons, while others lease hangar space for long-term storage and maintenance. Beyond these four streams, many private airports are now adding ancillary services like VIP lounges, ground transportation, and private security to increase profitability and client retention. Infrastructure equals recurring income. The real value isn't the airport itself, it's the ecosystem built around it. The warehouses, the security, the maintenance crews. It all bills monthly. If you're enjoying this deep dive into Africa's hidden investment opportunities, make sure you subscribe to Africa Global Opportunities TV, because what we're about to reveal next, most people are not paying attention to. Africa has one of the fastest growing aviation markets in the world, but infrastructure hasn't kept up. That gap is where private investors move in. Think about it. Poor road networks in remote regions, growing demand for resource extraction, a rising middle and elite class, and strategic geopolitical positioning. Gap equals opportunity. But this is not a risk-free game. Let's be serious for a moment. The risks include political instability, sudden regulatory changes, security threats in remote areas, and extremely high capital costs to build and maintain a runway. In some cases, control over a private airport can become a power struggle between companies, communities, and even governments. The real story isn't just about airports, it's about control of access. Whoever controls movement controls opportunity. Private airports are not just infrastructure, they are economic choke points. And right now, most investors are still looking in the wrong direction. They're watching public stocks while the real money moves on private tarmac. The question is not whether this sector will grow. The question is, who gets in early enough to benefit? This is Africa Global Opportunities TV, where we decode the continent's most powerful opportunities. Which country are you watching from? Drop it in the comments section. And which African industry do you think is the most undervalued right now? Tell me below, and I'll break it down in the next video.